The West Philippine Sea, a tapestry of azure waters teeming with life. Beneath the surface, a vibrant world thrives, home to countless species of fish, corals, and other marine creatures, a symphony of waves, whispering tales of ancient mariners and bountiful harvests. These waters have been a source of sustenance and inspiration for generations. This maritime treasure, a lifeline for millions, now faces a grave threat: the relentless encroachment of a powerful neighbor. The presence of foreign vessels disrupts the peace and harmony of these waters. This is not just a story of territorial disputes, it is a story of survival, of justice, and the urgent need to protect our oceans. The voices of the local fishermen echo the cries for help and justice. For generations, the Filipino people have lived in harmony with the sea. Their traditions and livelihoods are deeply intertwined with these waters. It is their lifeblood, providing sustenance and connecting communities across islands. The sea is not just a resource, it is a way of life. Now, this delicate balance is disrupted, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the future of this precious ecosystem and the livelihoods it supports. The encroachment threatens the very fabric of their existence. The world must listen to the plight of the Philippines and stand in solidarity with its people. International support is crucial in this fight for justice and preservation. The fate of the West Philippine Sea is a litmus test for our collective commitment to peace, justice, and the rule of law. It is a call to action for nations to unite and protect our shared heritage. China's sweeping claims over the West Philippine Sea, marked by the presence of artificial islands and a formidable maritime militia, have cast a long shadow over the region, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty and tension that affects not just the waters, but the lives of the people who depend on them. These actions, in defiance of international law, particularly the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, have significantly escalated tensions. The international community watches closely as the balance of power in the region is tested. The Philippines, despite its smaller size, has courageously challenged these actions, asserting its sovereign rights and seeking a peaceful resolution through legal avenues. This small nation stands firm, backed by the principles of justice and international law. The consequences of this encroachment are profound and far-reaching. The environmental impact is severe, with coral reefs destroyed and marine ecosystems disrupted. Coastal communities, once vibrant with the rhythm of fishing and trade, now face anxiety and economic hardship. The loss of traditional fishing grounds has led to a decline in local economies, affecting families and future generations. The presence of large fishing fleets and maritime surveillance vessels has disrupted traditional fishing grounds, depleting fish stocks and threatening the livelihoods of countless Filipinos who depend on the sea for survival. The once abundant waters are now contested and overfished. This is not just about borders on a map, it is about the erosion of a way of life. The cultural heritage and daily existence of coastal communities are at stake, as they struggle to maintain their traditions and sustain their families in the face of overwhelming challenges. The human cost of this maritime dispute is deeply concerning. Filipino fishermen, once able to fish freely in their own waters, now face harassment and intimidation. Their stories are filled with fear and desperation as they witness their traditional fishing grounds being depleted and their livelihoods vanishing. The psychological toll on these communities is immense, eroding their sense of security and hope for the future. But they are not the only victims. The marine ecosystem, once teeming with diverse life, is also feeling the pressure. Destructive fishing practices employed by some vessels, coupled with the environmental impact of artificial island construction, threaten delicate coral reefs, fish populations, and the overall health of this valuable marine environment. A call to the ocean's guardians upholding international law. The situation in the West Philippine Sea is not just a regional concern, it is a global issue with profound implications for the rule of law and maritime security. The waters here are a lifeline for many, providing resources and routes that are essential for global trade and economic stability. China's disregard for international law, particularly UNCLOS, sets a dangerous precedent that could undermine the very foundation of a rules-based international order. This blatant defiance threatens to destabilize the region and embolden other nations to follow suit, leading to a potential cascade of conflicts and lawlessness on the high seas. This is a wake-up call for the international community to stand united in upholding the principles of international law and ensuring freedom of navigation in these vital waters. The collective strength and resolve of nations are crucial in sending a clear message that violations will not be tolerated. The Philippines' fight is a fight for all nations that believe in a world governed by rules, not might. It is a stand for the rights of smaller nations to coexist peacefully without the fear of coercion or aggression from more powerful states. It is a fight for the peaceful resolution of disputes and for the protection of our shared oceans. Diplomatic efforts and international cooperation are key to maintaining stability and ensuring that the seas remain a global commons for all. The world must rally behind the Philippines, not just with words of support, but with concrete actions that demonstrate a commitment to justice and accountability. This includes diplomatic pressure, economic measures, and, if necessary, collective security arrangements to safeguard the principles of international law. Tides of change. Our shared responsibility to protect. The future of the West Philippine Sea hangs in the balance. The international community must recognize the urgency of this situation and act decisively to protect this vital marine environment and the livelihoods of those who depend on it. We need to amplify the voices of Filipino fishermen and coastal communities, whose stories of resilience and determination inspire hope. We can all be guardians of the sea. By raising awareness, supporting sustainable fishing practices, and advocating for the peaceful resolution of disputes, we can contribute to a more just and sustainable future for the West Philippine Sea. The time to act is now, before the tides of destruction wash away this precious ecosystem and the hopes of a nation.